we've seen the return values work with global variables. Now, arguments are local to the subroutine to which they belong. These local variables are only accessible to their subroutine. You pass data to these arguments within parentheses immediately following your subroutine call. So at gross, sub 402375 calls the subroutine and passes 40 and 2375. 40 for the hours worked, 23.75 for the hourly rate of pay. And we would refer to these arguments collectively as the parameter list. The return value of our subroutine would most likely be the gross pay. The values in the parameter list are stored in a special array called at underscore. 40 would be at underscore sub 0, and 2375 would be at underscore sub 1. The array is local to its subroutine, and each subroutine has one of these arrays. I revisited one of our old example Perl scripts, the one that computed simple gross pay. And I have updated this Perl script so it uses a subroutine and passes arguments to it. So you can see in the highlighted code that I'm prompting my user for the value of two scalar variables, hours and rate. Here is my subroutine call. Now it's nested within a print statement. And what I'm doing is I'm printing out a couple of line feeds, then the phrase gross pay equals, and concatenating to the end of that a call to gross pay. Now if you look at that, I am passing two parameters, hours and rate. They are separated by a comma. And then to that I am concatenating two more line feeds. So I'm passing my parameters, and what I will print is the return value of my subroutine. So it's very important that the return value be the last expression evaluated in the subroutine. And here's our subroutine. We defined it as sub gross, and then our statements again are within the curly brackets, and there's only one statement, so it has to be the last one evaluated. Now, the statement is the scalar variable gross is equal to at underscore sub 0, which is the first argument passed, times at underscore sub 1, which would be the second argument passed in our parameter list. Okay, let's run this Perl script and see what happens. How many hours worked? How about 40? Pay rate? Let's use 23.75. And our gross pay is $950. That is correct. What did we learn? Well, we learned that it's easy to pass arguments to a subroutine. But I want you to pay attention to the sequence in which you list your arguments in the parameter list, because it's the sequence that determines what the subscript of that argument will be in the at underscore array.